Hey y'all, Gemini Risings, this is Astro doing your Astro Tarot spread. How y'all doing? I hope all is well. Um, so I'm about to cut the cards for you guys, my Gemini Risings. And we're going to start from here, okay? So, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Oh! um, okay. So should I read from the top or the bottom? From the top. Okay, so your overall card is the King of Swords for September. Two of Pentacles for the first. High Priestess for the second. Hanged Man for the third. Three of Wands for the fourth. Knight of Swords for the fifth. I have a serious ass reading so far, y'all. The Sun for the sixth. Oh. Ooh. Wheel of Fortune for the seventh. Nine of Pentacles for the eighth. Ah, see, now this is what I'm talking about, Gemini Risings. Oh, Nine of Swords for the ninth. What are y'all worried about? Ah, Ten of Cups for the 10th. Lovely. Hierophant for the 11th. And the Fool for the 12th. What an interesting spread, y'all. What an interesting spread. So let's get started, okay? So my Gemini Risings, my babies. Y'all have the King of Swords for your overall energy for September 2018. Now I know I started is practically the middle of the month. The reason why I'm still doing September 2018 instead of say Libra season where I'm getting late September, early October, is because I want y'all to see if this is actually resonating with you. If this reading actually resonated with your early September, and if it does, then it actually resonates for your late September too. And this could also tell you too, if this resonates that deeply, you can get the extended reading on Patreon. You could be my patron from there, okay? So yeah, that's that. So let's get this started. So King of Swords for your overall reading. The King of Swords is very, very smart, very, very intelligent, very sly though. Sly as a fox. Literally has a fox in the card, right? And so this is a type, I feel like this is your energy, but this could be an energy of another air sign person, right? Who is in your life. They're kind of this authority figure, or you could be the authority figure who's like really smart. But the thing is that they are sly, and they will eventually find a way to get their way. You know what I mean? They're quick on their feet. They know how to talk, right? They know how to be a certain way to kind of get to the happy graces of others, but then be able to take the opportunity when it comes, okay? So this is the type of energy that you're feeling. Two of Pentacles is your first house, right? Your first house is connected to your personality, your persona, and your appearance. So with that energy, what I'm seeing here is you're trying to make a decision between one thing or another. You're balancing two practical ideas on how you should approach your personality, your persona, your appearance. You are Gemini rising, so you're up for change, but because this is Virgo season, you're up for a practical change. And even Libra's air, but it's again logical energy, and it's cardinal, so the things are they're a bit practical and on how they handle certain things too. And so you're trying to figure out, should I go with this idea or that idea? But these ideas, you're thinking that, it will bring you some sort of abundance or a tangible thing that you need or you feel that you want within your life. And you're just kind of just figuring out, like, should I go this route or that route? Either route will work for you, I feel, because we're talking about pinnacles here. It just depends on what you feel is going to be the best for you. So you're going to have to just dig within. And this, again, is going to, it's tangible. So it's going to affect your personality, your persona, or your appearance, okay? This could be the reason why you feel like the King of Swords. Feel like, all right, which is the smartest idea? What thing should I go for? What would be the best idea for me? What would be the most intelligent, logical idea? Because I see the first house also as the second overall card. You get what I'm saying? Second house, you have the High Priestess here. And the High Priestess is interesting because what I see the High Priestess as um, have like full understanding of both the spiritual realm and the earthly realm, right? And makes so much sense with the second house, because with the second house, it's self-worth and material worth. In order to get the gift of the second house, which is this material worth, you need to build your self-worth. You need to find yourself worthy. You need to understand that your time is money and you need to use it wisely. Time is money, use it wisely. Lock slime, the locks. I don't know if y'all know about the locks. It's Jadakiss Styles P and Chic Luch, but Styles actually said that line. Time is money, use it wisely. Um, anyways, um, anyways, what this with the High Priestess here though, I'm seeing that you're not supposed to only understand your self-worth in the material realm or the earthly realm, but you need to understand your worth within. Hi, Phantom Punk. How are you? 007. I love the number 7. But yeah, so you're supposed to understand your self-worth within the earthly realm, but also in the spiritual realm. You can't forget that you know you need to connect with your guides, spirit, um, God, the universe, to have a better understanding of how to gauge the earthly realm. And so, if you find your worth between both, between the earthly realm and the spiritual realm, then you really can get the gifts of the material wealth. You know what I mean? The material worth. So this is a sign of balancing, which Gemini risings you are very good at anyways. You naturally have to balance between two people. So yeah, that's the energy that I'm seeing here. A lot of balance and energy here. Phantom Punk, I am good as well. I'm decent. That's the best way to say it. I'm decent. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate it. The third house, you have the Hangman, which is really, really interesting because you have such communicative and kind of thinking energy, thought process type of energy. And so to have the Hangman in the third house is interesting. That's your house traditionally, right? And so the Hangman in the third house, um, excuse me, I'm just trying to turn on my computer. I don't know if the battery's low. Come on, man. Sorry, y'all. Anyways, this dumb thing. Sorry. Anyways, with the Hangman in the third house, it's kind of like you may have talked yourself into a situation and now you're stuck there. That's how I really see it. Like you talked yourself into a situation or even thought yourself into a situation and now you're stuck there and now you have to wait. The good thing though is that I feel like your higher self is aware of this and you're like, all right, I just got to deal with it. I'm just going to hang out here until I'm out of this situation, until I think of a way to get out of this situation. One thing that people don't realize about Geminis, they're social butterflies. They're awesome. They're talkative, but they can easily get depressed. And so I can definitely see you kind of getting yourself stuck into a depression by thinking, being too much in your mind and thinking about trying to attack like your certain demons, you know what I mean? And then you get stuck into this depressive mode. So what I say with the hangman, to make yourself not be the hangman, kind of portion your, like, use portions, kind of like, okay, I'm not going to put myself all in this situation. I'm going to like go little by little. And even if you kind of like talk yourself into a situation too, and that you don't want to get into anymore, um, just kind of say like, okay, I'm going to do this much, and then I'm gonna chill, and I'm gonna do this much, and I'm gonna do chill, or kind of focus on something else. You know what I mean? Just use portions so you won't be completely stuck like the hangman. But this is kind of saying that, like, I really see it more as you talked yourself into a situation or thought yourself into a situation, and now you're stuck. Um, you might be already stuck since this is the middle of the month, but you can get yourself out of it. You know, it's in the third house, so you can use, and you have the King of Swords as your overall card, so you can kind of talk yourself out of it too. You talked yourself in it, you can talk yourself out of it. You thought yourself in it, you can think yourself out of it. Yeah, Phantom Punk. Yeah, that's air sign thing. It's definitely Gemini's. They definitely think themselves into stuff, overthink, and can get depressed with it. But they can overthink and actually manifest too. That's the dope thing with Gemini's. You know, you're not fixed. You're not cardinal. You're mutable. You're flexible within your thought. And so what you can actually do is think yourself into something, but think yourself out of it faster than the other air signs. But you can also think yourself into positivity too. I see Geminis as major manifestors in the mind, and Virgos, which is also ruled by Mercury, major manifestors by doing, like by practically doing something. So yeah, and that's really yeah, that's a dope energy to have. Gemini energy is really cool. I love Geminis. Y'all are my fifth house, so I really have love for a lot of Geminis. Y'all are my babies. um, Three of Wands, right? So I feel like Three of Wands is interesting for the fourth house. I feel like with that, mm, I feel like that you're doing a lot of revisions in your life. You feel like that you need to organize your home, but not only organize your home and your family life, um, but organize your feelings, kind of tend to your feelings, and really correct some things that you feel like that needs to be corrected. Um, and so what you're doing is kind of like just, yeah, it's kind of like you're studying your home life, studying your routine, everyday life, studying your emotions to see what you can do to make things better, to fix things. And you're doing this creatively too, um, to try to, you're using your creative thought to change your home life or your emotional life, um, which is dope. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go back to the first house and talk about the planets in here. You don't have any planets in your first house. You don't have any planets in your second house. But your third house, which is in Leo, you what you call it? You have the North Node here, and so the North Node is that planet of not planet, but it's a spot within the moon, but it represents your life path. And so, whichever situation that you're stuck in, this is like fated. Like you're supposed to be in this situation right now, okay? And it's kind of testing you, I feel. Um, but it's going to help you with your overall life path too, which is nice. Um, oops, sorry, y'all. Hold on. Your fourth house is ruled by Virgo, and so right now, both Mercury and Sun is in Virgo, and so your main focus for the first half of the month is your home life, in your emotions, fixing your home life, fixing your emotion, attending to things with your mom, or maybe some mommy issues, or just even remembering or cherishing your mother. You know what I mean? Um, but kind of just like, Virgo's here, so you're kind of like organizing, um, organizing your thoughts, your emotions, and any like connectivity that you have with your family life and your home life. You know what I mean? Um, so definitely want to mention that here. But kind of go back to the third house too. Your siblings might have got you into this hangman situation too. I just wanted to add that. Or a community responsibility. Definitely want to add that too, okay? So now let's continue. Um, the Knight of Swords for your fifth house, right? So you have Libra here, um, which is a lovely, lovely placement, honestly, because Libra is a Venusian card. So it's just naturally artsy, and like charming and everything. Um, and then um, with the Knight of Swords too, not Knight of Swords, the fifth house is actually the creative house. And so you are naturally creative, artsy, artistic, just very ingenious in your creativity and your talent. You're very talented. A lot of Gemini risings are extremely talented. So to have the Knight of Swords here, you're actually really pushing forward and being focused and determined within your creative thought. You're really focused on your talent and focused on your creativity, and you are really just trying to better it, hone on your talents and your creativity, so you can make something out of it, whether it's money, whether it's get yourself in a great opportunity, whatever. The fifth house also represents children. So you may be kind of really, if you have children, be really focused on your children, on disciplining them and making sure they're doing things the right way and having the right thought process when they kind of go about life. It also represents fun and dating too. So you may have a really, really deep focus on that, trying to enjoy your life a little bit more, thinking of ways, creative ways to have fun, to go creative, thinking of creative ways of how to date too. So that might be something that you're really thinking about and wanting to like move forward with. This is kind of gives me Libra vibes because it's cardinal air. You know what I mean? The cardinal signs are very like are initiators. You get what I'm saying? Your having the sun in your sixth house is dope as hell, y'all. Oh my goodness. So the sun card is one of the best cards in the deck, right? It's showing that life is good, life is great. Um, it's just you just feel happy. You're just generally happy, and it's funny because I was talking about routine in your fourth house, right? But you are generally happy with your everyday life. You may have got yourself into a great work situation, and your work environment is great now, and you're really, really happy on the job that you're currently at, or maybe you got yourself a new job too, or maybe you changed your everyday routine, or your everyday task, or just your routine life, and it's good now. Like you feel good. Maybe you dropped something and you're not doing a task anymore that you always did, and you're like, finally, and you just feel generally good. Every day you're just feeling okay. Like your everyday life feels nice, which is dope. Um, very, very happy. That's a nice placement to have. Um, I talked about Libra's here. So in the later end of the month for your fifth house, to kind of go back to your fifth house, Sun and Mercury is going to be in Libra in your fifth house, and so you are really focusing on dating and focusing on how to date and then get into a relationship. You know what I mean? How to kind of go from one step to another. That's going to be a big focus for you for September for sure, especially the later end of September because it's cuffing season. You know what I mean? So, but the beautiful thing about Gemini risings, they get a lot of flack about kind of like living free and doing whatever. But when it comes to dating, they don't just date. They date to have a relationship. They date to kind of really connect with folks. Um, so you guys get a lot of flack, but you believe it or not, you take dating seriously. It's just that sometimes you don't feel like dating. Sometimes you just want to have fun. And then this also, like with Libra here, it represents like business partnerships too. So if you're interested in having a business partner, have fun, do like the things that you enjoy in life, and you're gonna bump into someone that you can that you relate with, and you'll be able to go from there, okay? To go back to the sixth house, this is Scorpio for you guys. And so having sixth house Scorpio is really interesting because Scorpio is all about emotionally bonding with others, connecting with others, shared worth, right? And so it's really important for your everyday life to be connected with people who you really bond with, that you really fuck with. Trust is really important in your everyday life, right? And you have Venus and Jupiter here. And so, what I'm thinking is that you might have, huh, you might have either lost a relationship or gained a relationship, right? And it changed your everyday life, and you're feeling good about it. Losing, not like breaking up with someone that's tough, but for some reason you feel like was a good thing, that you're happy about it, right? But also, if you probably got into a relationship and you're feeling your everyday life feels good now, or maybe you moved to a next level, like you went from dating to a relationship, or you went from what you call it, like you moved in, you kind of like someone moved in with you, like something like that, right? And your everyday life is changing, but it feels good. It's bringing abundance and happiness, and it's making you not only understand shared worth in an emotional level, but shared worth in a like material level too, because we like, when you move in with someone or you kind of get close into a relationship, your finances changes a little bit because you're spending a little bit more money or spending a bit less money. You know what I mean? So it's connected with that, especially with Venus being there. But with Jupiter being here too, I'm definitely seeing that your whole philosophy of relationships has changed in a more positive light. So it's a cool placement here. Definitely happy for you guys. And I was talking about relationships all this time, and you have the Wheel of Fortune in your seventh house. Bam. So whatever situation that you was in that I was talking about, whether you broke up with someone or you got with someone or you moved into a higher, move into like a move to the next level with someone in a relationship, it's faded. Yeah, Phantom Funk, it is nice. So whatever relationship, whatever you're going through in that relationship is a fated event, and it was supposed to happen, and it's actually good. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Okay. Um, so even if you broke up with someone and you're feeling a little bit down about it, don't worry, because the wheel is moving to your favor, and you're going to actually end up meeting someone that's supposed to be in your life, that's going to make you happy, okay? There's no planets in Sagittarius right now. Oops, sorry. Um, but I can say with Sagittarius here, um, you know, I feel whatever's happened to you in this partnership, it's actually again I'm getting the same thing, that you're kind of your whole philosophy of relationships is changing and for the better, and you're understanding what relationships are and what karmic relationships are, fated relationships are, twin flame relationships are. Like, you're getting a bigger picture of what it's supposed to be, and it's actually working in your favor. Like, you're learning a lot, so with the next relationship you're going to be in, it's going to be even better. You know what I mean? Or even if you're in a relationship, the relationship's going to be even stronger. So it's a good placement to have. It's a great chance too that this is telling you that you are going to meet a fated relationship, a karmic relationship pretty soon. If it's not this month, it'll definitely be next month, okay? Or soon, like fallish. But as it's saying that, it's happening. You know what I mean? Even if it doesn't happen now, it's in the works, okay? Nine of Pentacles for the eighth house. Bomb.com. Your Capricorn's in the eighth house. You have two planets here. Um, and you have Saturn and Pluto here, right? And so, I feel like, you know, you probably was feeling some restriction with money, beyond money, like shared money, right? Like money coming from other people and landing to you. Maybe debt or lottery or like an inheritance. Yeah, you was having some restrictions with that, but it looks like it's actually busting wide open, and you're gonna get some shared money somehow this month. Um, the thing is that with the Nine of Pentacles that you see here, um, that you see that there's some coins, but there are some like budding plants here too. So that means eventually the it's going to turn into the Ten of Pentacles. That the flowers are still budding, so it can turn into coins like the rest of these are. You know what I mean? And so like it's just showing you the beginning of you kind of getting um, some cash. You know what I mean? This is just the beginning. You're gonna even get more money, but share money. Um, I'm not saying please don't spend like all your money to try to like go and like play the lottery or nothing, but just play the lottery one day. You might win, you might lose, but there's a great chance that you might win is gonna like work in your favor. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I feel like you are gonna somehow get like a windfall, like maybe a random inheritance or a class action suit or something. And it's just the beginning though. You know what I mean? That's what I feel. Like it's just the beginning. Or even like someone might just give you money, like lend you money like here. You know what I mean? And it's just the beginning. Like it's going to be even better, you know? So that's really dope. Um this could be with like a relationship too. You're having a budding relationship and you're getting the benefits of this relationship, and it's going to be even more better the more you guys connect. Okay? Because the eighth house represents emotionally bonding relationships like that, intimacy, sex relationship. Even if we're talking about sex here too, you know, if you're having sex with someone, it's great, but you're moving for it to be even better. Okay. Capricorn's here and Pluto's here. So definitely sex is involved, intimacy is involved, empowerment is involved, right? You're going to be definitely empowered by this situation here. And then, Saturn does cause restrictions, but it seems like you kind of like had a eureka moment and it bust wide open. Yeah, Phantom Punk. I ain't mad at you either, man. Go Gemini risings. So yeah, that's great. It's sounding good. And I feel like too, before I move on to the ninth house, because Pluto is retrograde, I think Pluto is going to be direct in October. And so I think that Ten of Pentacles is going to come when Pluto is direct again. You're like kind of slowly opening up, like, it could be sexually, you're slowly opening up in relationships, you slowly, the energy slowly opening up for you to get more money. But when Pluto is direct, it's going to be like floodgates. That's what I'm thinking, okay? Um, Ninth house is the Nine of Pentacles. You're having nightmares, and you're kind of like thinking yourself to a weird situation. And with the ninth house being here, it's connected to philosophies, beliefs, and religions, maybe ideas of like different cultures, even moving into different lands and stuff. There's something about that that's keeping you up at night, right? Maybe you've like learned about something, like maybe you saw like some crazy like Illuminati video, and it's keeping you up at night. That's kind of going drastic, but you know what I mean? Like you saw something and you're like, what? Like it opened your eyes to something. You're like, oh my God, right? Now, the thing is, though, is that, you have to realize what's true and what's not. Kind of use your intuition to fan that out. The tricky thing about solar energy is connected to air signs. So air signs are connected with this too, is that air signs are very intelligent, very smart people, right? Um, but the thing is that y'all are so in y'all heads that you kind of think yourself into these weird situations, and you're too much in your mind, and you don't use like your intuition, you don't tend to your emotions. And intuition is a very, very important part of intelligence as well. It's emotional intelligence, right? And a lot of these unseen beings and forces are trying to tell us, like, hey, don't get into that. But we're too much in our head. Now, you can be too much of anything. You can be too into your emotions, right? You could be too into your mind and really get lost in it. You could be too into like the material things and earthly things. You could be too into your passions and being careless. Um, so I'm not just getting at Geminis or air signs in general, but this is telling you that whatever you learned about, whatever philosophy or religion or belief or culture that you're into, back off a little bit and try to think of it in a more practical approach, okay? 10th house has the 10 of cups, lit as fuck. Oh, actually, before I talk about lit as fuck, go back to here. Aquarius is y'all's ninth house, right? Aquarius and Mars is in here. Aquarius Mars is literally what I described. You like continuously brainstorming and thinking and being driven by your thoughts and motivated by your thoughts and angry with your thoughts and kind of war like with your thoughts, right? And you're like so busy thinking that you're not doing. You have to you have to like be practical. You have to kind of focus on the other elements of the earth instead of focusing on your mind so much, okay? So I just wanted to add that part. Um, 10th house is the 10 of cups, right? Bomb.com, right? You are happy. You are, wow, this squirrel just literally jumped like a motherfucker into this tree and it scared me. Whoa, that was badass. Sorry. Anywho, yeah. So like, 10 of Cups is like a bomb ass card, one of the best cards in the tarot deck. You had some wonderful victory, and when you feel emotionally happy and sound and just grateful when it comes to your career, when it comes to your reputation and your status. You got into a great situation and you feel good, you feel great. With the 10 of Cups, it's like two people holding hands, and a Rider Waite deck, right? It is, a family. So you're like, you it's not just you being happy, it's the people around you. You're making sure the people around you are good too. Your family, your loved ones are good, right? And so it's a really good card. I feel like you're going to get into a great career situation, especially since your sixth house has the sun too. You are doing something good with your career, Gemini rising. So kudos to y'all. Y'all deserve it. Um, and Pisces is in your 10th house. You have Neptune here. So again, especially with the high priestess in your second house, and the second house is all about material worth, how you make money. High priestess is extremely spiritual, and it's all about balancing the spiritual world with the earthly world, right? And so, with you having Neptune here, it's saying that the more you connect with spirit, God, the universe, ancestors, higher self, all that, you are strengthening your intuition, and you're kind of like making moves based off not only logic, that which you naturally do, but also your intuition, and it makes you emotionally smart, intellectually smart, and you kind of are getting yourself into these bomb ass situations. So it's telling you again, like if you want that 10 of Cups vibe, yes, do what you're naturally good at. Be logical, be thoughtful, be intelligent, but also be intuitively smart. Use your intuition, strengthen your intuition. You know what I mean? And you be able to be successful and get that 10 of Cups, y'all. Hierophant for the 11th house. That's interesting. Um, Hierophant for the 11th house. Let me think on that a little bit, y'all. That house is generally the Taurus energy. Um, and so Taurus is all about like fixed earth, fixed practicality. Um, so I feel like you may be kind of coming back to people who you're like really close with, that kind of been loyal and faithful and haven't gone anywhere. You are kind of showing them love too, and Yeah, you're focused on your loyal friends who've been there and didn't budge and didn't leave you hanging. You know what I mean? That's what I'm really feeling here. Um, the Hierophant also represents like marriage. Are y'all marrying y'all friends? Are you interested in marrying a friend? I'll be interested in knowing that. But it's kind of like, but I can also see you kind of laying the law with your friends. If you're having like weird arguments with them or they're acting kind of funny, you're kind of like setting the law. Like, listen, this, and that. If you can't follow this, and that, you can't be my friend. You know what I mean? Like, you should kind of excuse your way out. But I feel like more than anything that you're kind of like showing love to your loyal friends. But the reason why I said the last thing about laying down the law is because Chiron's in your 11th house right now. Chiron is connected to any childhood traumas that you dealt with people ridiculing your personality, your persona, or your appearance. And since it's in the 11th house, that means that your network did that. Your your friends, your acquaintances, your non-immediate family members, those are the people who fucked with you, who ridiculed you for your personality, your appearance, and your persona, and it hurt you. And so, because it's retrograde, you're addressing these things in your mind, right? And now you kind of want to take authority and stand up for yourself and be like, listen, I'm not dealing with this anymore. You get what I'm saying? So, it could be either scenario, honestly. Lastly, you have the Fool card for your 12th house, and Uranus is also here too. So that's like bugged out. That's a lot of quirky ass energy right there. So with the Fool card being in your 12th house, you kind of, especially with the Neptune energy in your 10th, and also the High Priestess energy, you opened a whole new world spiritually. You kind of got hipped into something on a spiritual level, that really opened your eyes, and now you feel like just a kid again, just delving into a whole new world spiritually. Maybe you got into the idea of like manifesting, or law of attraction, or you got into this new idea on how spirituality can help you in this earthly realm, this earthly plane, and you're like excited about it, and you kind of just kind of going with it. You're going with the energies. The thing is, though, is that with the Fool card, it's a beautiful card to have because you're just seeing things in a new way. But just the Fool card originally is someone almost falling off a cliff. So, yes, use that childlike wonder when it comes to spirituality, um, but definitely connect with the people or the beings that are helping you. Ooh, sorry, y'all. Sorry. Connect with the beings that are helping you, like your ancestors, your guides, God, and all that stuff, right? But most of all, like have to help you and protect you, because you might kind of get yourself into a situation. I don't want you to haphazardly jump into something and it's way deeper and you're not ready for it. You know what I mean? So definitely connect with your guides and your ancestors so they can protect you from situations like that. Okay. The reason why I definitely say that too is because oh wow, that's interesting, Phantom Punk. Um, I've been seeing a lot of those numbers too, like a lot. So I definitely feel like something is up with the universe right now. A lot of people are saying that people are connecting with their karmic soulmates, their being in karmic relationships. That's what the numbers are representing, especially the 1111. And you having the Wheel of Fortune for your 7th house, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case for you. But with the Fool card, just protect yourself, okay? Um, and make sure that you're good. Um, because I just don't want you to like jump into a side of spirituality and like people didn't inform you well, and now you're like in a fucked up situation. That's what I don't want to happen, okay? So just make sure you're protected. and you don't do things foolishly or haphazardly, okay? All right, so what an interesting spread y'all have. I see, honestly, a big theme of y'all is, or the big lesson for y'all is using spiritually and the earthly realm to, you know, get a better handle on life. You know what I mean? Putting both realms together in your head, kind of making yourself I can't think of the word. I have it at the tip of my tongue too. But you being the channel between the earthly realm and the spiritual realm to make your life better. I feel like that's the theme for y'all of this September. And you guys are really kind of like, this is just the beginning. And you guys are really opening your eyes to that. And yeah, you're just making moves and things are slowly but surely working in your favor. So I'm really excited for you guys, okay? Much love, Gemini Risings. Just to do some shameless plugs, if you're interested in a reading like this or any astrological readings, check out etsy.com slash shop slash astrodim to get a reading from me. No problem, Phantom Punk. You've been great. Thank you for sticking around. Um, and also, I started my season 2 of um, my Bed and Astrology. The first episode's already up. It's about Saturn returns. And the second episode is going to be recorded this weekend and available to you this weekend, okay? So keep that as well. And all my other information. Oh, actually, if you want the extended reading for this, because I'm about to do it right now, it'll be probably ready tomorrow. And you will have to go on patreon.com slash astrodim and be a patron of mine to get that. But you can just go on patreon.com off the rip because I have both my patron videos, which you have to pay for, with just the membership though. The membership starts at like, to see these at $10 a month. Um, but just to see my other videos is $2 a month, but I also have free videos there too, okay? But all that information is on my description box below, all right, y'all? All right, much love. Peace.